Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Oh, Bryan Mbeumo. Get in there, you legends. What's happening? It's the Flying Pig here. I'm back again with another cheeky little live stream for you. We're here just to give you the latest updates and discuss the news of the reports that the second bid has gone in now for Bryan Mbeumo over at Brentford there. Get in, my son. United not messing around this particular transfer window, are we? So get in there. We're going to get into it. There will be some more breaking news probably throughout this little live stream here as well, with a few more bits and bobs in regards to the details. Do us a favour, though, at the start of this stream. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up. That will help the stream out loads. Also, click the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Get yourself subscribed. Have your say in the live chat. We always dip in and out of the live chat, see what your legends are saying, and, of course, a bit of a Q&A at the end as well. Nice one. You can give us a repost on X. The link is pinned at the top of the live chat there. Please do give us a shout out and a repost there. Anyone who shares it will be shouted out later on during the show. Big ups to the live chat. Kieran, Bobby, Nuke, PJ, Bobby, Gavs highlights you legend. Kieran, Matthew Smith, Daz Salford getting in there raw. Bobby, Berber lad, let's be having you. Luca, fire up. Yes, yes, lads and lasses. Disco Dave and everybody who's in here. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm buzzing, guys. I'm buzzing. Man United are actually doing some work this summer, it seems. And the news has come in from Ben Jacobs here, just reporting a few minutes ago that Manchester United's second bid has now been placed for Bryan Mbeumo and is over £60 million. So similar sorts of vibes to the Matheus Cunha deal. It's all it says here is it's over 60 million. We've said it's going to be in around about the same sort of value, 60 million quid-ish, as the Matheus Cunha deal, probably between 60 and 62.5. That's what it's expected to be. And it's also expected at this moment in time that Brentford will accept. No guarantees on that. They might try and squeeze another couple of million out of us with another round of negotiations, but probably not. Probably not. I think this is going to be enough to tempt Brentford to sell. They just want really something realistic like the Matheus Cunha transfer fee, and they're going to get that. So Brentford should be quite happy with the amount of money. It's not a cheap amount of money, is it? 60 million quid, maybe even a little bit more. It's a huge amount of cash. But what United are getting is obviously a very good player in their prime, who can hopefully change our fortunes or help change our fortunes. His stats are very impressive. Stats are very good. It's all positive at Man United at the moment in that regard. You know, we're signing players. Matheus Cunha is official, and obviously now we've got the final negotiations to just thrash out here with Brentford to get this deal agreed. But once that is, there's no issues there with personal terms or anything. There's no issues with the player actually wanting to join Manchester United. So yeah, I think we can safely establish that it's looking likely that Bryan Mbeumo is going to be a Manchester United player very soon. Man United haven't just gone away after that first bid was rejected and decided to look elsewhere. We have gone back with another bid, so the clear intentions are there for Manchester United to go and bring in Bryan Mbeumo. Let's get this one in the chat, guys. I'll ask you a question. Get your rating out of 10. Rate the Bryan Mbeumo transfer out of 10 for £60 million. Okay, so we don't just factor in a player's talents or what they can bring to the table. We also have to think about value for money. So give us a rating out of 10 for how good you think the Bryan Mbeumo transfer is. 10 being Robin van Persie from Arsenal for 20 million. That sort of thing. I'm going to give it a solid 7.2. Maybe a 7.5. It's a good player. Look, the money's pretty high up there, but it's not Anthony Dos Santos money. It's not Gashmus Boyland money. And you're getting Premier League proven experience for your money as well. So yes, I think it's quite good value considering we're getting it from a Premier League rival, you know, and you have to sort of compensate them. So I'm quite happy with it personally. I'm going to give it quite a high rating of a 7.5 chainsaws out of 10. That's right. Connor Walsh, how you doing, lad? Get in there. Gareth says, Mr. P, second bid, thought it was a done deal. Careful, you seem desperate and you'll get fleeced. No, it wasn't a done deal yet. You know, yesterday Brentford rejected the initial 45 million plus 10 million pound offer that we had submitted to them. So they rejected that initially. Obviously, it's part of the negotiations, isn't it? They're going to start high. So what's happened now is obviously Manchester United now gone in with a second bid for 60 million. We've upped it quite considerably. It's another 5 million quid. In fact, the report here just says it's over 60 million. So it might be, 62.5 million or just 60 million with a couple of little perks. You're going to give it a 9 out of 10, Tom Riddle. Loving that. Lucas says 9.2. Okay, I think you guys might be a little bit too positive there. Fair enough, though. I like what you're saying, but I just established RVP for 20 million from Arsenal, the best striker in the world at the time, is a 10. I don't think we could say 9, but hey, maybe that'll turn into a 9 after time. We'll see, mate. 7, says Matty Smith. That's good. Jason Jackson's going 9, 6 or 7, 4, 9, 9, 8. You guys are buzzing. You guys are more buzzing about this than I am. Fair play to you, legends. It's a lot of money. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not our money. I don't really care about the money. It doesn't matter about the money as long as you play well for Manchester United. It's more about your performances, what sort of player you are, what sort of character you are. If you look at Mbeumo's season, he's obviously a very hard-working player and a very good, effective player who scored a lot of goals and created goals. So that's what we're hoping for. Never mind the money. The money's secondary. What we want really is just to get a player who wants to be here and is hungry. 6.7. Yep. Johnny says United deserve better than Mbeumo. Well, we have to be realistic, Johnny. Come on. We're not the team we were 10 years or 12, 13 years ago. We're not that team that can just go and attract the top talents at the moment, lad. We're still better than a lot of teams out there, though. We can still outdo, even teams like Newcastle United potentially. But we're not, we're not up there with the Barcas, the Reals, the Bayerns. Just at this moment in time, we have to be real about that. We should be, but we're not. 8, 7, 8.5, 8, 8. Nice, I like your style. Very excited about this one. Surely it gets accepted. I think so too. I think so as well. I think it's going to get accepted, this one. It would be quite silly for Brentford to just, try and negotiate an extra tiny little bit and go with another round of negotiations. Better for everyone involved. If the deal's done nice and early, they get the money. They can then reinvest that. They've got more time to go and sign players to obviously to replace or recoup, whatever they need to do. And Manchester United get their player agreed nice and early, ready for the summer and everything. So fantastic situation we find ourselves in, with Man United seemingly not messing around too much when it comes to recruitment at the moment. So very, very satisfying to see us working on this well and getting the deal potentially done soon. No issues with personal terms. We'll get into that in a moment. But for now, we've got 200 legends in here. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on this cheeky little extra stream. We are streaming lunchtimes. We are streaming 10 p.m. But if there's any big breaking news or any sort of movements in regards to Man United signing players, transfer updates, such as this one, we'll jump on like we have done now. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you smash the like. Make sure you click the bell icon so you don't miss any streams. Yeah, MCFC Kid says, good signing for you lot. I think so too. Indy says 250k a week. Gav says 250k a week. Nah, mate. Nah, mate. You might want that. Do you know how much I want to earn on YouTube every year? £6 million. Does it matter how much I want to earn, mate? No. What's realistic is what is actually going to happen, isn't it? It's not going to be 250k, mate. I can't imagine we're going to pay that much for him. So actually, the reports earlier on that we were discussing, from a few different sources, was that United had already agreed personal terms with Bryan Mbeumo over a 5-year contract with an option for an extra year. And the understanding was it was in the region of £200,000 a week. So significantly less than what was being bandied around there for a couple of days in regards to 250k or 230k a week. Doesn't seem like it's that high, but it shouldn't be, because the guy's coming from Brentford. He's obviously being paid a lot of money for, 50, 60 odd million pounds is a lot of money for a player. You're not going to get a player who costs 60 million pounds and then pay them 45 grand a week or whatever. He is going to be getting a big, significant wage boost. But 250 is ridiculous. It's not like there's 6 clubs either that have gone in for him and have put the transfer offers on the table and have pushed his sort of wages up or, his salary expectations up because there's lots of competition to sign him. It's actually not the case. It just seems like he wants to go to Manchester United. Manchester United's the team that's in for him. We're actually bidding for him. Nobody else has bid for him yet, if they're ever going to. So, yeah, he's got to be somewhat realistic in what he's going to get. 250k is not it, mate. That is not, I don't think that's what it will be. Look, who knows? I don't know. You don't know. There's only a few people that do know. But at the moment, reports are about 200,000. I'd like to think it's between 160 and no more than £200,000 a week. If he's getting more than that, then yeah, it's pretty piss poor for our wage structure. Elizabeth says, shouldn't we have targeted a striker first? We can't score. Well, I think, Elizabeth, what Man United have done, we've essentially gone out there and signed players that we can immediately sign easily. That there's not too much competition from for whatever reason, but are proven Premier League players, and we can get them for good cash. What I mean by good cash is good cash for the team that's selling, and we can get them. That's what's happened with Cunha. That's what's happening with Mbeumo. Gyokeres is a little bit more of a complex transfer, isn't it? Not just because it's extra money, and it obviously is dependent on other clubs maybe coming in for him. But also, it's just more difficult to convince that guy to come at this moment in time. He might just be waiting it out to see what other offers come on the table. Let's face it, he's a hot property in European football right now. Lots of teams will be interested in Gyokeres, you would think. And because of that, it's just taken a little bit of time. And because of the money's involved as well, it's a lot of money. It's going to take a little bit more time, I think. But if United had maybe the Champions League football, perhaps it could have been progressing already, because we'd have had the money. We'd have also had that to offer him. But we haven't sold any players yet. That's another big factor as well. I hear what you're saying. We should have probably maybe looked at that first. My first positions to strengthen would have been the striker and the goalkeeper, so I agree. But I still think they're going to be strengthened. I still think we ultimately will still be going for this Gyokeres, and ultimately still try and go and get a goalkeeper as well. But get in there, you legend. Cinnamon, thank you so much for your comment. He says he's not a bad signing considering what state the club is in. That's it. You have to remember, we've just finished 15th with a -12 goal difference. It's the worst season we've ever had in the Premier League era by a mile. And for a long, long time before that as well. Stinkingly bad. So, yeah, just the fact that we can sign Cunha and Mbeumo and potentially Gyokeres shows you that we're a Goliath club, even though we're in a shite period of time right now, and we can sign good players. They're good players from other teams that have done well this season. The biggest players from the smaller teams, essentially. That's what we're going for, and that's what we have to go for right now. We kind of have to feed off the scraps of the lesser teams, or not the scraps, but get the, get the big daddies. It's 1 a.m. there, is it, Danny? Mate, fair play to you. You think they should stop at 69? Oh, I agree, mate. I agree. We shouldn't be going up any more than this. This is why I think Brentford will more than likely accept this offer, because they don't want to potentially lose this deal either. They know Bryan Mbeumo's already got one foot out the door and wants to leave. And I'm sure they want to cash in and get that money. They've already paid, what was it 40 million for Kelleher or whatever it was? But they're all already looking to strengthen. They want to try and get somebody else in. They're not going to want this to be long and drawn out. Plus, they don't want to lose the deal. So I think they'll accept this, mate, this offer that's gone in. I'm pretty sure they'll accept it personally. So that's the sort of latest there in regards to the latest update on the Mbeumo second bid. It has gone in. Just going to have a quick look, see if there's anything else that's quickly come through here. Yeah, obviously Fab said that United and Brentford are in direct talks again. Interesting, there's another little post here from Fabrizio just happened during the show, basically, that says that Rasmus Højlund remains high on Inter's list of targets as exclusively revealed in May. Get in there, my son. Hopefully we do see him going. And there's no other updates here at the moment. So, yeah, great stuff, guys. There you go. I just wanted to jump on again. We are going to get into a few more things. But, just that's the main thing, really, is we've now officially submitted that second bid, it seems. Get in there, my son. Also, another thing that's happened, about an hour ago, Fabrizio posted that he understands that Arsenal are now advancing in negotiations for Benjamin Sesko after initial concrete talks reported last week. Discussions underway and proceeding well between all parties involved, players and clubs. Get in there, my son! This, in my opinion, just further increases the likelihood that Gyokeres is coming to United, my friends. Think about it. There was discussions about Arsenal being on the table there for Gyokeres, and if I was them, I'd be very interested in Viktor Gyokeres, just because of his goal record alone. And if he wanted to go to them, they can offer Champions League football. They're challenging up there. It would have made a lot of sense. But the likeliness of them getting him and Sesko is obviously very much low. It's not going to happen, is it? It's off the table, basically. So this report, this update from Fabrizio, is actually good news for us United fans, because it's one less team probably that's going to be able to go in and sign Gyokeres now. There's still other teams that are reportedly interested in him. Several Premier League teams. I hear Newcastle or, whoever. People have said even Chelsea, which I find crazy considering they just signed the lap or whatever. But they've there's definitely options on the table even within the Prem alone. And then other leagues, other teams may be interested in Gyokeres. But at the moment, it looks like it won't be Arsenal. So that's fantastic news, because Arsenal is a team that, if they wanted to right now, if they really wanted to try and sell the project to him, as in we're a team up there challenging, finishing second, we just need you and your goals to fire us to the title, basically. We're a great team, we're going to get loads of service, great style, whatever, all the rest of the bollocks they will say. They could have probably done it. So obviously, Arteta values Sesko more than Gyokeres, right? But I'm just going to ask you this, guys. Now, I know Sesko's a good player, right? But I watched all of the Euros last season and stuff. I don't really watch the domestically too much over there, right? But personally, I feel like he's a bit shite. No, he's not. But he's not as good as Gyokeres, I reckon, guys. That's right. Ask the live chat. What do you think? Who's better? Who is actually better? Gyokeres or Sesko? So Arsenal are going in for Sesko. Initial concrete talks taking place. They're advancing in negotiations. So they're going for Sesko. We're seemingly interested in Gyokeres. It makes sense. Amorim has that relationship with him, and also the fact that Amorim's at Manchester United just increases the likelihood that he's going to come to us. Sesko was a crap singer. Arsenal linked with Rodrigo as well. Oh, really? Yeah. Interessante. Benjamin Sesko saved DS9, though. Sesko, that guy that sang Thong Song. Oh, Sesko still green. Sesko isn't even the best striker at his club. Isn't Sesko expensive? Yeah. Gyokeres every time. Sesko has no passing ability, says Thornster. Gyokeres. I agree, guys. I don't really understand this obsession that Arteta has actually with Sesko. I feel like for the who's the best player right now that you could go and get if you need a sort of striker number 9 up there or whatever, it would be Gyokeres. So, mate, it suits me down to the ground because I think if we can leave the path clear for Gyokeres, we can get him, you know. We've got to work on it quickly, sell a couple of melters, get him in there nice and quick. But we should be capable of doing that. 52 appearances, 54 goals. That's insane, isn't it, Bobby? I know. Gyokeres literally scored 54 in 52 appearances in all competitions last season for Sporting. Ridiculous. And then another whole bunch of goals as well for Sweden, didn't he? So, goodness me. Crazy record. Gyokeres. Thornton says, I think it will cost Arteta his job if it doesn't work out. Well, good call. I mean, how many years can they go by without winning the trophies and spending all that money, lad? You know, that's it. You, for them, they're always that one player away. Well, this is going to be that one big money player, Sesko, who's supposedly going to come in and do it for them. And if he doesn't, then he probably will be gone. And I don't think he will, to be honest. Want a young player that will put up with his light bulb nonsense. Fans will be fuming. Gyokeres, because he's already more advanced and is scoring tons of goals in year out. He's doing it in the Champions League as well. So true. Well said, Anthony. Well said. That's it, really. He's already proven right now. 26. Like, he's scoring goals. He scored 6 goals in 8 appearances for Sporting in the Champions League just gone. You know, this is a player who's got good experience. Gyokeres has 97 goals in 102 games for Sporting. Gyokeres head and shoulders above Sesko. Yeah, 100%. Get in there, says Casoro. Isaac all day. Okay, that wasn't the question, was it there, Tony? I get you. Isaac's quality. Oh, we'd love to get a bit of Isaac in there. He'd be brilliant for us. He's actually quality, but yeah, fair enough. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Gyokeres. And also, if Gyokeres does well in the Premier League, maybe in a year's time, we'll be saying Gyokeres over Isaac. The only reason Isaac's obviously doing so great at the moment is because he's doing it in the Premier. They've had a good, successful season at Newcastle, and he's looked fantastic. He's a brilliant player. But, you know, just saying, like, we need to see Gyokeres in the Prem. May I remind you, Anthony had great stats in Ajax? True, but did he have 54 goals in 52 games? That's difficult to do in any league. Don't you think? Over a goal a game, every single, consistently throughout the season. No matter who you are, whether you're Cristiano Ronaldo in the Saudi League, or you're Messi in the MLS, or you're whoever, you know, it's still difficult to get those sorts of numbers. You're obviously a good player. Sporting is no mugs. They still got, you know, Benfica and who else? Benfica and Porto and Braga and all these other decent sides over there. You know, it's not just a walk in the park in the Portuguese league. It's not as good as the Premier League, nowhere near, but it's also pretty good standard still. Disco Dave, thank you so much. He says, can we finally start to get excited again, Pete? No, mate. No, you know why? Because those Glazer shithouses still being at the football club. Once those rancid, festering, lingering farts are gone from Manchester United, eventually, whenever that will happen, long time probably, but when it does happen, then we can start to get excited. But right now, we are still at the mercy of those absolute bottle jobs, lad, aren't we? Thank you, Disco Dave. No. Sorry, that's a bit of a negative take. Yes, we can, mate. We can get excited, Dave, because it seems like Man United are making strides this summer, early doors, to get the preparation done for the pre-season so we can have a successful start to next season. Looks like they're building a team of at least, you know, properly proven players, but certainly some Premier League proven players that are going to come in here and improve Manchester United considerably. We just need them to do a fraction, really, of what they did previously, and we'll be better than we were this season. So I think we can get excited. Like I was saying, if Manchester United do sign Gyokeres and we can manage to get Mbeumo over the line and, of course, Cunha, and we get a proper goalkeeper, never mind anything else, really. I think we'll be quite an outfit next season. We'll have the goals up there, and we could have a solid base. It sounds like a recipe for success. We need a good spine. We need a proper good goalkeeper. The defence isn't too bad, you know. The defence isn't too bad other than injury-prone. The midfield is not too bad either with Cassie, Ugarte, Bruno, Mainu, or Collier, Mount, all these guys available there. And then the number 10's role, now you've got some great options there as well with Cunha and Mbeumo. It's like we just needed goals and a solid goalkeeper, and we would have been a much better team. If we get that, and we get these extra added bonus players, we could start to believe that something good's going to happen this season, mate. Gyokeres clears, yet Gyokeres reminds me of Suarez. Yeah, Sesko is what we thought Højlund was. Sesko is as useful as a chocolate teapot. What's up there, Jerome Delons? How you doing? Yeah, with Osman Saudi deal collapsing, would you prefer him over Gyokeres? I would not, no. I don't think we're in for him, mate, not at all, because of his... Well, for a start, he can't agree financial terms with Saudi teams. What's the matter with this guy? How much does he want? What does he actually want? It's understood that Galatasaray are in for him now anyway. I don't want Osman, to be fair, you know. Jerome Delons, let's go. Robotic Maniac, thank you so much. Get some love hearts in there for Robotic Maniac. Thank you for the super chat. He says, hello, Flying Pig United. To all the community and all the moderators and to every person that keeps gifting memberships and all the members as well as you guys are all awesome. Come on, United. Robotic Maniac, you can't get much more positive than that, can you? Seems like you're buzzing at the moment as well about this potential for this transfer window, lad. Mikato, how you doing? Thank you, Robotic Maniac. Mikato, who comes in for Onana? Oh, that's a great question, mate. Maybe Yeovil Town? I honestly don't know, bud, but I think a team in Italy or Saudi. Those are the only sorts of ones I could imagine really would want him. Gyokeres and Haaland FPL. Oh, man, can you imagine? Yes, Daz Salford, hope you had a good day, lad. Hope you had a good day. You agree just saying the Prem's different kettle of fish? It is. But ask yourself this. Could he achieve half of what he did? I think that's reasonable. Could he get half the amount of goals in the Prem that he did in the Portuguese league? I think yes. I think that's more than reasonable, right? So he got 54 in 52. That's in all competitions, actually. But you know what I mean. Like his actual, I think if he just does half as good in terms of his record, in terms of his stats at United, you know, he's going to be some player for us. You're talking about at least 20 plus goals a season in the Prem. That's the sort of player I think he can be. So, yeah, I'm excited about it for us. Gyokeres is also built like a Roman statue powerhouse. He's absolutely ripped to shit, isn't he? Remember in the chat last player United bought from Sporting was Bruno. He kept his numbers in contributions. A great shout. We've not had a bad record of buying players from Sporting in general, have we? Remember that. Bubbles says midfield is gash. Not so sure, mate. I think if you look at like a midfield two of, say, Bruno and Cassie, it's filled with experience and quality, or Bruno and Mainu, filled with experience, quality, creation, and also that youthful exuberance and guile. Then you look at a midfield of Ugarte and Bruno. You know, there's some options there, lad. We'll have a decent relegation battle with Leeds. How dare you? Nice one. Thanks again for that, Robotic Maniac, you Don. Much love. Rakalita, Pepita, let's go. Only because of the ego I get the sense of. I get the sense of he's a bit more of a mercenary. He's just go wherever the money's at. That's kind of what I get about him. So I don't want a player who's just coming for the money. No, I want a player who wants to come and play for the project. Imagine if Gyokeres wanted to come now, amidst all of our shite problems. It's because of Amorim. And that would make me believe that he's all part of the project and he's hopeful and positive that we can get back to where we need to be. That's the sort of player we need. We need a saviour who's got a bit about him. Not a player who's just coming to be a mercenary. Gyokeres very good, but he's no Luis Suarez. Well, you know, you have to remember Luis Suarez wasn't always the player that he was when he was at Liverpool and then latterly Barca, etc. Before that, he had to develop just like anyone else. When he was at FC Groningen, he was still a great player, but obviously he was younger. He was less, less effective. Gyokeres, what's great about him now, Ryan, is he's coming into that period of time in his career where he is getting to be that big daddy, you know, experienced prime player. Like, look at his stats. Go back 5 years, look at Gyokeres' stats. They're shite. You know, they're shite, but look at him now. He's developed into a class player. He could be that next sort of Suarez-type player, lad, for us. Yeah, get Gyokeres and goalkeeper who hasn't got T-Rex hands, and it's definitely a 9 out of 10 window. Love that. Jamie Riley, thank you so much for your super chat, Jamie. You're longing for many outgoings with Luke Shaw at the top of my list. You're going to be longing a long time for that one, my friend, because he's unsaleable, lad. You'd have to free transfer him and pay him the rest of his contract, which it just doesn't make any sense, does it, to do? But that's what you'd have to do to get rid of Luke Shaw. He's unsaleable, mate. Pretty much. B, what drinking team do you think will sign Grealish? Drinking team? Oh, Cherky or Mbeumo? Okay, Keanu, honestly, right now for Man United, honestly, I say Mbeumo. Cherky I really think's a great player, to be fair. I really do really rate him. But Mbeumo, his Premier League experience could prove vital. Like, we already know he can do it in the Prem. Gyokeres is better than that Gash Sesko. Love that. Gyokeres won't get penalties here. Because of Bruno. Gunnar Galactico, fair point. Yeah, what's up there, Gunnar Galactico? Right, guys, I'm just going to do a little rundown of what we've discussed here for anybody who's just getting in here. I feel there's a bunch of new peeps getting in here. Then we're going to continue the Q&A. Do us a favour if you're just new here for the first time. Hit the subscribe, get yourself involved in the chat, say hello to the legends. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time ever. And we will keep you up to date with what's going on throughout the whole transfer window. You was expecting doom and gloom next season, but things are looking up. Actually going for a punt on United to win the league. 20 quid, 66-1, long shot, but worth the return. Hey, fair play to you, lad. You know, it's 20 bones, you never know. Stranger things have happened. If Leicester can do it, United can do it. As I was saying, if we just start the season well, we've got a very, very big possible chance that we can have a successful season. Okay, so let's just talk about the situation as it is very quickly there. It's understood Gyokeres is interested in coming to United because of Ruben Amorim, essentially, and there's talks happening behind the scenes. Discussions ongoing with Sporting. Apparently he's open to a move to Man United. It's a significant amount of money they're looking for, somewhere in the region of 70 million euros. Personal terms for Mbeumo were never an issue. He's always wanted to come. 200,000 is the maximum expected amount that he's going to be given. Hopefully it's a bit lower than that, but not an issue there. Reported by Disco Mirror earlier on that agreed personal terms with Bryan Mbeumo over a 5-year contract with an option for an extra year. Fab reporting that Arsenal advanced in a negotiation for Benjamin Sesko after the initial concrete talks last week, which is all good for Man United because it's one less team that's going to go in and try and get Gyokeres from us. And then finally, obviously the big news of the day, which is Manchester United's second bid has now been placed for Bryan Mbeumo. This is via Ben Jacobs. So Man United doing some work. We're trying. It's expected that this will be accepted by Brentford, our second improved offer. It's in excess of £60 million. It's a heck of a lot of money. They're not going to get any more than that from us, really. Either they accept it or they risk losing the deal or risk pissing off the player or whatever case may be. So Manchester United are in a great position now to sign Mbeumo and get this guy in. Nice, let's get stuck into the live chat for a few minutes. It's only a short stream, this one, for me, this afternoon's show, because we're back on tonight at 10 p.m. to cover everything else. Just wanted to jump on and cover this news from Ben Jacobs that the second bid had come in here, and that's expected to be accepted. So let me shout out everyone who's given us a repost on X. Thank you so much to all the people there who've reposted this link at the top of the chat there, you legends. Shout out to you peeps here. Let me see. We have had 7 reposts, and it is Tim getting in there with a repost, as well as Francois Koch, Gary Wadsley, John Boy Cat, Jason Jackson, Aaron Homeyard, and Kieran. Thank you, legends, for sharing it around on X. Do give us a follow on X at Flying Pig United. Also, any other platform. All the links in the description. Oh, yeah. Gaz, thank you, says, don't you think Mbeumo is coming for the money, Mr. P? I'm sure he's not coming for the project, as if he was, he wouldn't be wanting the wages he's demanding. Well, United can definitely pay him well, but I think if you look at who else was going to be going in for him, they'd all be having to pay him big wages, wouldn't they? Because he's just on the back of a 20-goal season in the Premier League. I know what you mean. Like, obviously, it's a lot of money, but if you're playing for Man United in the first team, and you're coming as a 25-year-old player who's just come over after having a very good season in the Prem, you should be getting good money. You know, it's not insane money. In all honesty, he's worth that money, in my opinion. If it was 350,000, I'd say, what the hell are we doing? But 200,000 compared to some melters in our squad like Mount and Sancho is not crazy, mate. It's not absolutely crazy. I don't think he's just coming for the money. If he wanted the money, he could go and do an Ivan Toney and just go over to Saudi and get the money. I don't think it is all about the money. It's nice to have a lot of money. He's definitely going to get a lot more money, and I think Man United can pay him just about as good as anyone, really, if we're being honest. But I don't think we can pay him a lot more than anyone can. I think he just likes the idea of playing for Manchester United, likes the project that we've got here. career, and likes the club and wants to come and play for us, mate. Sees the opportunity there that presents itself. He will be a first teamer for Manchester United instantly. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Fair enough, he is getting paid a lot of money, but I don't think it's just about the money for him personally. Just like I don't think it's just about the money for Gyokeres. I don't think Gyokeres would just be coming for the money if he does come. I think he'll be coming because of the Amorim relationship and also, you know, the potential of Manchester United and the fact that he's going to get so much game time. He will be the main guy up there. Same with Mbeumo. These guys are coming in to be our first teamers. Cherky's a beast. Cherky is a very good player, absolutely. Looking forward to more piggy head loss next season. Hopefully less of it with these signings coming in, lad. How many strikers can do what Gyokeres is doing right now in Portugal? That's what I mean. You know, there's probably only, 10 strikers in the world that could put up the numbers that Gyokeres is doing in Sporting. There's probably only 10. It's, you'd be talking about the Mbappes of this world and the Salahs of this world, or not just, he's not a striker, but you know what I mean. The Salahs of this world, the Lewandowskis of this world, maybe, those sorts of players. There's not that many available, is there? Isaac and Haaland and these sorts of guys. Yeah, they'd all do the same, I'm sure, over there in Sporting, playing at the top of Sporting's team in the Portuguese league. But there's only maybe 10 strikers in the world that could do that. So he's one of them. And Mbeumo's a bargain. He had almost double goals than Saka. Exactly, Thorns. That's what I'm saying. 60 million, a lot of money for a club like Brentford. It is. They'll definitely feel their coffers filling up with that one, mate. And they should be able to reinvest it and should benefit them long term. They're a very good team when it comes to recruiting, aren't they, Brentford? You know, Vissa's another one. They're probably going to lose Vissa. I think we could do a lot worse than Vissa as well, up top there. He's reportedly available maybe for somewhere around, I saw some information about a bid sent to them over Vissa for about 20 million, they recruit good players, they develop players well. It's not a bad place to sign a couple of players from, is it? Just look at the money they're asking for Isaac. If Mbeumo was a striker, he would be big dollar. Absolutely, lad. Absolutely. At least this guy will try for the club. It will be 200k max when all bonuses met. I agree with you. I think it will be a bit less than what's being reported. And Mbeumo deserves that money, yeah. And remember, this is his big contract. He's probably never going to get a contract like this again. He's 25 now. It will take him up to he's 30. There might be an option for an extra year, 31. Is he going to be really able to command the same sort of bucks that he's going to get when he's 31 as he can now? Probably not. So this is, make no mistake, his big contract for his career, and he does deserve it in that sense. Footballers do have a short career. Look, I'm not saying, oh, let's get a violin out and cry for the poor footballers. Definitely not. They're absolutely into it and they're loving it. But there is a valid point. It's a finite career, and he has to earn what he earns while he can. So I don't blame him for asking for the earth. It's on Man United and him to agree a deal somewhere in between. But, of course, he should be trying to get as much as he can. You'd pay Mbeumo 120k basic and put in performance and goal incentives that can bring him up to 150. Love that, Anthony. See, if there was performance-based clauses in there and stuff like goal bonuses, I'd go ham on that, lad. You know what I mean? I would, pay him 120. I'd pay him 10 grand a goal. Or something, mate, more than that even, more than that, 20, 30 grand a goal, whatever. If you score a hat-trick, that's an extra 100 grand that week, baby. Go out there and get us a hat-trick, lad. You know what I mean? Why not have a wage structure where default salary is 150k or something decent? And if he scores a certain amount, bump it to 200. Love that, mate. Love that. Absolutely, Thugger. Yes, I think it works well, doesn't it? Unfortunately, players just get so much these days. They're so mollycoddled and everything's player power. All the contracts are in their favour. It's ridiculous. Fergie and Everest still missing to this day. Luis Suarez sent him hiding. Yeah, what are you talking about? You mean that racist prick? Who scored the most goals this season in the Europa Leagues and won the Golden Boot? In Europa League, don't know. What about Hugo Larsson as a midfielder option? Interesting. I mean, we need to look at midfield options as well. It's not the most priority position for me because I think Bruno's going to be playing deeper for us and we've got a few options. But yeah, I mean, Wharton's another one. Abdul says, you seem like a calm guy. Can't tell by watching. You see United play, though. Big thank you, Abdul. Oh, I know, mate. Well, I'm calm when Man United's not playing, in all fairness. Do you think United have to sell first some players before adding? Definitely a Belito. Not necessarily Cunha and Mbeumo. That's our budget right there used up. That would be the budget without selling. That's gone, though, because we've got those deals done. Now we have to sell in order to bring in the Gyokereses of this world and a goalkeeper. So, yeah, see you later, Hoyland. See you later, Onana. See you later, Anthony, etc. Brentford just bought the Liverpool goalkeeper as well. Yeah, that's it. Was it only 12 million? Wasn't it? Oh, Brentford I thought it was 40, no? Brentford are a better prospect unless I'm having some sort of an acid trip. Which is fine if they perform. Yeah, Mbeumo and Cunha, 250k a week. Any news on Gashmus? Yes, mate. Just as we mentioned, Inter's still interested in him. Hopefully they put a solid bid in there for him soon. Right, I'm just going to read a few more comments out, guys. I'm not going to stick on this one for too long. Just a few more minutes, really. Because, as I say, just a little extra impromptu vid. We're up to almost... Hey, guys, we're almost at 90,249 subscribers now. Banging. We're almost at the big 90,250. We need one more. Give us a subscribe if you're new. Thank you, Rosley Hashim, there for subscribing. Yes, hit the subscribe button if you're new and have your say in the chat. Inter have offered a loan for Rasmus. We want to sell. Yeah, we don't want to loan him, mate. That's pointless. I'd rather use him as a third-choice backup T-boy than loan him. That's just pointless. No. We've got to sell the guy. Even if it's for not that much money, 30 million, 35 million, just get him gone. I'm sure they get bigger money with their boot sponsor United as well, so it's a win-win for Mbeumo. Oh, man, think about the brand deals coming his way, boss. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference between playing for Brentford and playing for Manchester United. Performance-based bonuses are where football is heading. So it should be. It should be that way, shouldn't it, really? Rogerio says it's time to start the actual redundancy plans with the first team. We need to sign Flecken, says RIP. Hey, respect, lad. Cunha isn't even on 200k. People just waffling crap they read in the paper. That's it. I mean, I think he probably will be on around about, 180, 200. That's what he should be on, personally. If he translates his form to United, nobody will give a toss. Jamie says, I don't care what anybody is paid. If the players don't take the money and wages, the Glazers will take it in dividends. Well said, lad. Well said. News on Onana. I don't want to see another comedy coming this season. News on Onana, Chizzy. He's still really gashing goal for Man United. That's the latest news. There's no updates on him going out, but it's expected that he will be going out. It's expected United will be linked with various goalkeepers in the next coming days. We're working on Gyokeres next, it seems. That's the next priority after Mbeumo. But wouldn't be surprised to put in an offer for a goalie soon. Emilio Martinez reportedly available for 25 to 30 million pounds. Makes a lot of sense for United to go and get, doesn't he? What's happening with Jadon Sancho? Nobody wants him, mate. Chelsea paid us 5 mil to give him back to us. Nobody wants him. His wages are astronomical, and surely we've got to try and load him out, move him on. What cups can United win next season? All of them, Keanu. We've proven over the last 3 years, even while we're shit, we are a decent cup side. We've won the League Cup, we won the FA Cup. We actually have the ability to go far in those cups, don't we? And with no Europe to contend with this season, there's extra emphasis to do well in those cups and extra time to be able to focus and dedicate to those cups. So I think we can win a cup this season. You won't be able to sell Sancho Pig because he's too greedy. No, he's impossible to sell. Unless the Saudi team comes in and covers it. Don't forget about Diego Leon Jones. Oh, yeah, true as well. Another good youngster, but I don't think he's going to be playing all that much for us to begin with. We'll see. Can we see your Gyokeres impression celebration thing? I was born in the dark. Bane. No, we can't, Thornster. Composter, get in there, my son Abdullah. Okimet, let's go. Lord Rodney, let's go, lad. Come on. You would have preferred Kelleher at 18 million. Oh, fair dues, Daz. Well, we're working on a goalkeeper soon, I'm sure. It's just not really right now. Unfortunately, we've got to sell a couple. Right, guys, that's it. That's the cheeky little stream, extra added bonus stream today. Second bid gone in there for Mr. Mbeumo. Let's go. We'll keep you up to date throughout the transfer window, what's happening. Make sure you are subscribed and click the bell icon for notifications. You can check out the links in the description and give us a follow everywhere. There on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick, all those places. We'll be back on tonight at 10 p.m, folks. 10 p.m. UK time. Join us in 5.5 hours. Any update on Rashford? Yeah, he's still Gashford. No, still interest from Barca. Also, there is even some reports saying Inter are also interested in him. Still, Villa have an interest, but they can't really afford him. So, yeah. We probably do, Mike. We've got some injury-prone melters there. We probably do in an ideal world. But there's priorities here. We've probably got at least 4 or 5 positions ahead of the centre-back to strengthen first. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, Atmilius. Thank you, Daz Salford, Lord Rodney, Pete Morris. Everybody, come back after this video's finished. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Thanks for chatting with me today. Nice one, Mark. See you tonight at 10 o'clock, guys. We'll be back on later. Thank you, Berber, you legend. Thank you to all the moderators like Don Berber here, Daz Salford, all the mods. Big up the mod squad. Big up the members as well. People like Berber, Jamie, Daz, Bogart, everybody. What Lord Rodney, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Connor. Have a good one. Get in there, my son. United doing some bits in this window, not fanning around. Second bid sent to Brentford. Hopefully it will be accepted. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening there. And it looks like we're not messing around. So get in there, United. Keep a lookout for the video tonight, and we'll break down everything that's going on tonight, this evening, and discuss it as a community as well. Big up the mighty Hamada. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel.